Alright, well, hello everyone. People who've been here before, it's been a minute. But I received some books recently and I wanted to share them with you guys. The dog's a little excited. Anyway, so there's a little housekeeping first, so I will do my best to put in the description where to skip to if you just care about the books. But there's been, I don't know, I've been on a journey. I don't think I'm really going to do many more procurement of books videos. I will be discussing books and different spiritual things in my Discord server. If you're interested in that, I believe it's also in the channel description. So I have a couple things I've been through. I went to India for a couple of weeks. I'll probably discuss that in a later video, and that's most likely where this channel is going to be heading. It's more of those sort of discussions, going through books instead of just unboxing. The problem with that is a lot of the books that I go through are more like, take the Bhadav Tantra, for example. It's something that I think you should read yourself. It's not something that I think is appropriate to summarize. I think it's a journey that you go through. And for me to leave a review or something to that degree is an event that I would reserve more so for fictional stories. So Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, of course, I would review and rate very highly, as I think most people who are fans of that genre would. But those books aside, a lot of my collection, the vast majority of it is nonfiction. And I think if you want the information that's in them, you should seek it out. If you want to know how well it presents that information, in what way it presents that information, I can discuss that. And just let me know what kind of information you're looking for in these type of things, because I don't really look for book reviews. It's more of a, well, at least not in a video format, it's more of a, I think this book looks interesting, I think it applies to my path, it's some information I'd want to know, and I just go through it. And most of them, I find, have something that's reasonable to add to my knowledge base, and that's as much as I need. So if there's anything in particular that you guys are looking out for in your books, especially nonfiction or religious books, or if you just want a recommendation, I can do that. But 3:30 seems like a good time to stop. So without further delay, I have a book that was sent to me from Ixaxaar. I don't know how to pronounce this correctly, but yeah, they love their limited print books, and they're kind of hard to get your hands on most of the time if you weren't in on it, like just refreshing their website. So thankfully somebody pointed out that they had books available. So I picked this one up. I think I might have ended up ordering a second copy of the same book because it took a while to receive. So we'll see. Coco, could you calm down, please? Thank you. Here, can you bring me that? I guess not. Anyway, hello, Ipa. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I don't know how many of you have seen my dark videos. The big wolfhound you probably just saw in the frame is named Aoife, which is Irish, Gaelic, something like that, for beautiful, which these books usually are. So, this publisher generally puts them in this type of box. It's got a nice sticker on it, I suppose, which I can't take off. So no decorating my computer or my PC with stickers from this publisher, unless there's one in the box. But yeah, I think I ordered 2 copies of this. That's okay though. So I have the third blue version. Let me see. No, I have the fourth. So now I have the first and the fourth, but in different versions. So the previous version printed like this, kind of a soft cloth type of thing. I believe I did a review on this, or an unboxing on this one before. This one is either leather or faux leather, I'm not certain. Interesting front. It has an embossed sword on fire. I don't know if you can tell from the lighting. There you go. Underneath. Black end paper, just normal, and then an interesting photo in the front, or illustration. All of the contents in this book is an everlasting dedication to the mighty Therusian, I can't read that, Angarpolda. So this is the third printing of the first volume, printed in 2022. They have this complex script that they've used for the table of contents. I'm sure I will figure out what that says in a while. Not gonna try to make my way through it at the moment. So yeah, I believe there's 4 total in this series. Its roots being in pre-Christian Norse traditions and certain Gnostic streams, along with established customs and praxis. So, it goes through the introduction. It's got some assorted illustrations of different sigils, I suppose. Oh. Let me see, what's this talking about? Theater. Yeah, because it's talking about, as a beginner, just follow these basic and traditional principles. We take herbs, plants, and trees, for examples. Herbs, plants, and trees for neutral workings, and should correspond to the poisonous, icy waters, etc., etc. I just saw it mentioned yew, belladonna, hemlock, myrrh, mistletoe, etc. And I was like, oh, that seems interesting. I'm sure I'll get to it in a while. I was in some communities recently where other people had this book, so maybe we'll have a nice discussion. I don't know many people who have the whole series though. We got a skull and some bones. There's some photos in the middle of the book. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks well published. The book feels nice. Can't speak for the contents, but generally these are sought after books. And it goes to about, let's see here, the content itself, if you include the stuff in the very back, so books of interest, it goes to 278. I believe the book itself ends about 275 with explanations, and there's a couple pages of blank space for notes. Yeah, back cover has no embossing on it. I'll definitely take some time to go through this. 270 pages doesn't seem too much. Now, I also have, of course, my favorite publisher. I grabbed some books from Anathema Publishing, which, as I usually do when they publish something. Since I have the, what are they called, Artesian edition of the other books in this series, I also picked up that edition of the third book. Yeah, got the first and second. Yeah, so I got the third book. Excuse me for my forgetfulness. But I was excited for this. I've been a little tired recently, so it took me a couple days to set aside the time to make this. All right. Now this this is thick. So what did I pick up this time? It's been a hot minute since I ordered these. So, The Search for Odin and the special version of the Hanged God. Are these both? I'll have to look. But, so, The Search for Odin by Shawnee Oates. I have both of these books, same author, because I like what they did. So this is the collector's edition, limited to 480 copies. This is copy number Lucky 13. I'll have to figure out what happened, because I could have sworn I ordered the collector's edition. Maybe not this time. But we have hardcover edition, first printing. So the end papers, again, something I always look out for. This is just a standard. I don't know why I keep checking, because I know they're just going to be kind of basic. Some of the nicer books, I like some of the Easton Press books used to do it, like the nicer fabrics. But here is the title page, contents. This one's rather large. I think it's significantly larger than the others. Give me one moment. I will go grab them, since I have them right here. So, I think I have all three versions of the Hanged God, because I have the paperback, and then I have this one, the collector's edition. So, if you look at this, Wolf's Head and the Hanged God are actually put together smaller than the third book. So she put a lot of research into this one. Good on her. And then here's the two artesian editions. So I'll go through that in a minute. Excuse me. Please take that somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Go on. Or you can sit. Sit. There we go. Alright, so as far as this is concerned, the collector's edition. So I see the Elder Gods. Go. Go. Eva, go. She don't want to go. She's pretending to not understand me. That's okay. As long as they stop what they were doing. So I have the archaeology of belief. It's the second chapter, the Rise of Kings, Signa and Occult. Should be an interesting read for sure. But this one, let's see here, in total appears to be about 450 pages. Let's see, in total 446 is the last page. Definitely going to be an interesting insight into this culture. She does good work. Whereas, let's see here, the collector's edition for this one was actually limited to quite a few less copies. This says, is this 206 or 20? Yeah, I think it's 206. So they increased their batch. This one's 235 pages. The first book is 205. So it looks like she put about double the amount of information in the third book. And whereas this one is like a leather or faux leather, the second book, Wolf's Head, the reprint of the first one appears to just be, I don't know, it's either a very soft leather or something different. And yeah, this one's 412 copies. It's got a different type of end paper as well. It's really soft, but this one's a little rough. I don't know what it's either harder leather, I'm not sure. So this one's actually, the full title appears to be The Search for Odin from the Pontic Steppe to Sutton Hoo. Yeah, and it says it's 480 480 collector's edition hard copies, 700 standard edition. So this is a larger batch, I believe. Now, the last thing I've got is the Hanged God. Gotta be careful opening this one. Because it's fancy. They wrapped it up in cellophane, I suppose. So like the previous one, oh, that's what it is. I got the artisanal edition of the Mesopotamian book. That's why I was thinking I had two already. So Wolf's Head here, they match well enough. Oh, that slid out nice. It's like butter. It's a little loose, I guess, but it feels nice. It's a soft fabric, or soft, like, I don't know what they put behind this thing. And that's a beautiful end paper. Here you go. This one's limited to 39 copies. This is copy 19. Tu bist Spindera. Okay. Volume 1 of the Olden Trilogy, which I've already been through in the softcover copy. The Havamal Cultus, Gold Mead, Elixir of Forbidden Enchantments, of Mounds and the Dead That Walk, Yggdrasil, Dread Steed of the Damned, and Riding the Gallows, Sorcerer's Covenants. So this one goes 187 pages. I did like this illustration. Feels nice. Yeah, I've already been through this one. This is the gold pages. Overall, the quality's good, I suppose. I'm not sure what this discoloration is. There's little white spots. It's fine. It's a nice book. And it'll go nicely beside Wolf's Head. Yeah, I suppose they're made of this similar material. This one looks a little nicer, to be honest with you. I definitely like the embossing on the front there. And then, yeah, it's interesting. So there you go. And so I did not order this and open it in front of all of you, but I did bring out a book that I wanted to bring attention to. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in a previous video, but I really like this book, the Namaha. It's an artist. He has poetry, stories, whatever. I think I might have actually presented this before, but I really like his art, and he just made a second book that I've also ordered. So I may make a video on that in the future. We'll see when it comes in. But this is just something you can pick up on Amazon, his second book as well. It's a nice artist. But I think that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like to know about the going-ons of my life or the future of this channel, feel free to let me know what you're interested in the comments. I hope this video finds you well, and whatever time it is, where you are, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. Cheers.